Spinning wheel. Hello, I think. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they changed everything. Hey, everyone. This is Linda Fabry, and I'm here with the Intuitive Painting of the Month to talk about this a little bit. And we actually have two, so all the messages I thought I'd share and kind of look at, what's coming up for this month of July. And so if you're not familiar yet, every month I create a new painting. This one, as with last month, started with this whole box of colors, and I let everybody choose. It's the same process I use for a private painting session. And so I put the background image in the back. Oh, let me turn my phone down, sorry. So all the colors blended in the background, and then what I do is I sit with it and I paint what I see in it. And so with this one, I wanted to kind of just go over it a little bit and talk about what came up, what the painting process was like, and the messages that came from that. Hey Patricia, how's it going? So the first thing, and I put the background, so if you haven't seen it yet, I put an image of the background and you can look at it and see what you see. It's like cloud gazing. I, so what I believe is our perception reveals our vibration. So the way we see things tells us a lot about where we're at vibrationally. And so that also plays into how I believe I channel. So when I connect to my higher self and I'm at this high vibration, then my perception opens up. And so what I'm able to perceive from that state, I can then turn into images that I can then, from any state, look at and interpret. And every time we come to it, we see something a little different. So anyway, so this is the image that came through. And the first thing I saw was this, it looked like someone like running out of the fire. I saw birds. It was just, everything looked like feathers and birds to me. So there's all this very active, between worlds kind of thing, air and sky. And so there was all that kind of activity happening. So I started with the figure, and I tried to paint a face. It wouldn't let me paint a face. So it's very anonymous, or it's like all. And then the foot was giving me a hard time. So one of the things that I noticed, and I'll tell you so this becomes an oracle card in the Sacred Journey oracle card deck. And let me just read to you and you can find this on my site. There's prints available, and it'll be part of the oracle card deck. But so it's the title became Unleash Your Peace. And it's the card reads, take the leap and set your soul free. Focus not on finding your footing. So that came from, because I was so focused in when I was painting, trying to paint that foot, that I heard those words like, focus not on finding your footing, but finding the faith to spread your wings. And acknowledge oneness and feel the stability of continuous flow. So I think it's like a shift of focus from finding our stable ground and our physical like footing, right? To shift that, to realize that stability can also come from that acknowledgement of oneness, and that tuning in and tapping into that continuous flow. And the last line of the card is, the source of peace moves through you. So that's the message for July from this card. So we've got all this sacred geometry and stuff. And again, just as a reminder, I give away every month when I create these, I give the original away absolutely totally free. All you have to do is go to my website and sign up, put your email in. There's no purchase necessary, whatever. There's a link in the thing. So that's the official painting in a month. But then I was inspired on Monday to come on live and do some painting. I've been dealing with some stuff, as I'm sure everybody has been, and so art is therapy. So this is what was created on, I think it was Monday. Yeah, I think Monday I came on, and we created this live together. Those who were able to tune in. And this is, so, you know, everybody chose the colors in the background, and then these are the images that came through. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this one too, because this became a card also. This will be in the, so both of these will be in the Sacred Journey deck, the third series. I release those every time I have like 11 cards. Did you make some art today? Oh, good. Hey, Natalie, welcome. So this became a new card. I just created it yesterday, and then I already gave this one away. So I did for this one, instead of the drawing like I do every month, this one was just like a title contest. So it feels good to me when I create with a group, that I give the original away. So when I create live like that, that's what I do, is I give away the original. So yeah, go on my site and you'll find things you can give away. You can also support my work by buying prints of these too. So if you're able to do that, it's very helpful. Thank you. So this one is called, and we had the contest winner was, I think it was Into the Looking Glass or Through the Looking Glass, and I just changed it just a little bit to Enter the Looking Glass. And the card reads, Enter the looking glass. Take my hand, says the higher self, with a promise of safe passage. An adventure in transformation awaits. Much simpler. Usually my cards have like a half a book written. This was so clear, and the symbolism and the images are so clear. So I wanted to go through this one a little bit. When we were creating it live, we talked about this looking like Athena with her owl here. And what's so interesting, so when I was doing the live and someone was saying, this owl looks like a puppy, and I was like, oh, cool. But I totally see it now. So I'm going to point it out and see if you can look at it. So here's the owl, right? If you look at it, it looks like a profile, like the puppy's nose is right here and the eye. So it shifts back and forth. And so we've got this duality going on throughout the whole thing, right? We've got the seahorse has got that, and it's kind of like a brain with left and right. One of the other titles that I really was feeling was brain waves. It feels like there's a mental process. The universe is mental, kept coming up when I was looking at it. So it really is this kind of like entering into our thought processes. And then going with this is like unleash the peace. There's kind of this, there's a very similar thing happening here where it's kind of this reaching out from other dimensions kind of thing. Real quick on some of the symbolism, like the frog over here, there's a little frog hanging out, that, you know, it feels, so with symbolism for me, when I read artwork, they can mean so many things, and I definitely go in and look at, so I looked at, you know, different ideas and what different cultures, how they define different symbolism in their artwork and things like that. And then I just kind of pick what feels right for me in this context, like dream interpretation sort of. So what I was feeling about a frog was this idea of transformation, healing, rebirth, but also protection and like safe passage really stood out to me when I read that. I don't remember where I read it. I get a lot of my information from a website that I'll put in the comments called What's Your Sign? The gal who writes it, her name is Avia, and I support her site, and it's an amazing site. So I'll put a link to that in there. But so I was reading about the frog, and that's where it felt like protection and a safe return. So like it's safe to go in and do that. So Athena's holding a mirror down here. So we were talking about like self-reflection and looking in the mirror. And when I made the card, it became really apparent to have the kind of reaching out of the looking glass. Down here is another symbol of kind of like protection with the unicorn and kind of this beast, whatever it is, kind of, you know, protection there. Also the seahorse. One of the part of the symbolism of the seahorse that stood out to me was like perception and awareness, but again, protection. Athena, this warrior, kind of protecting, and we've got this path here, so it's like going in and transformation. This feels like it was interesting because this felt very abstract back here, this whatever. Now it feels like a snake skin, like a shedding of snake skin. So there's a lot of transformation happening. And then this big spirally sunlight. And what was interesting is when we were doing the painting, you can watch the replay of the whole live. It's like an hour or something. But when I painted the hand, and there's a little heart, I don't know if you can see it. You'll be able to see it on the oracle card. But there's a little heart in the palm of the hand. When that became clear, this sun, all this yellow lit up bright and like gave off all these little fireflies. So it's like this morning or this birth of our solar plexus, our personal power. So it feels very much like this one too, you know. It's kind of got this feeling of rebirth and renewal and coming into our power. So there's a lot of that going on. So I'm gonna put these. So yeah, so those are the messages. I just wanted to come on live, and I haven't been live in so long, so I thought I'd come in and say hi. I'm gonna pull a few cards if anybody would like one. I'm being very mindful of my energy, so I'm like super allergic to stress, and things have been a little stressful for me lately. So I'll pull a few cards because I'm feeling good, but I don't know how many that will be. So if you'd like a card and you're tuned in, or if you have any questions about the paintings or the cards or intuitive painting sessions. So again, this style of painting, you can have one of these done for yourself, and we get to meet via Zoom, and I get to interpret the whole thing just for you and what it means for your life. So yeah. So I've got cards. I've got 2 decks here mixed together. So these are both my decks that I create. You can find them on my website. This is the For the Love of Trees. This is the remake of the For the Love of Trees. So they used to be a different size a little bit, but they're all hand stamped. So all the gold on there is from me stamping them. They're all the edges are gilded. They're this bright shiny gold. They're standard tarot size. They match with the Sacred Journey, which is this one with the Flower of Life, also hand stamped. So the Sacred Journey are created from these live paintings that I do every month, and then also people, if you were to book a private session and I create a painting for you, you can opt to have your painting included in the deck of cards. It doesn't guarantee, there's no charge or anything, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to create it. What I do is, when I'm done with your private session, I send you a picture and everything, and then I take that picture and I put it in a file. And then when I'm inspired to make some new cards, I pull from those, and then if I make a card with yours, I'll send you an email and let you know, hey, I made a card from your image, and here's a discount code or something like that, right? But that's how the Sacred Journey. So so new cards are constantly created from this deck. The For the Love of Trees is, it's like a 20 card deck right now. I've got some more images to go with it, and they'll come out. I'll probably release new series of that, so that one can grow also, but they all fit together, so you can I'll build it, I like having new cards. I like having new cards all the time. All right, let me see if anybody wants a card. Okay. I see a me, please. Oh, thank you for the love and hugs. I appreciate it. Hi, Amy. Okay, so this one is for Patricia. I think you're first. And Natalie. Okay. And if you have a specific question, otherwise I'm just going to assume general. But if you have specific questions, let me know and I can kind of speak to that. So this one. Yeah, Patricia, you're sassy ass guys. Okay, reflections. So this one's for you, Patricia S. Rose. Let me see if I could get it to zoom in. Anyway, come on, focus, focus. I'll read it to you. So devote some time to mirror work, which is exactly what the painting of the month was all about, right? See your own beauty reflected, not just in the looking glass, but in every single thing around you. So when you're able to see beauty in nature, for example, or other people, or just, in the day to day, when you're able to see that, that means you contain that vibration. So when you see something and it's beautiful, recognize that as a reflection of the beauty that you are. That's for Patricia. And then, so this one is for Natalie. Okay, Natalie. Ooh, Empress of the Dawn. So this is from the Sacred Journey. Okay, look at, she's so powerful, and there's like a phoenix behind her. I wanted to point out some images in here, and that's why I'm trying to get it to focus. Let's see. That focusing on my face. Well, okay, so there's like a castle up there, right? And then like the sunset, and then down here there's like a little snake and a cheetah. So this whole kind of realm, right? And it says, turn your back on the past without fear. So that's what she's doing. She's got like her back to the snake and the cheetah and these things that could be predatory. Like she's just like, I don't have to worry about you. Turn your back to the past without fear. It cannot touch you. Set your fierce and fiery spirit free. Soar above the illusion. That's the reason she can, because it's all an illusion. Soar above the illusion to the starlit dwelling of your truth. Hold your head high. Keep your heart open. It's a new day, and it's time to rise and shine. So your truth is really up here, that castle that you've created for yourself. And I'm feeling the number 6 around you too, so kind of pay attention to how that shows up. All right, so that was for Natalie. And for Amy, general insights, you got it. Okay, I got 2 for you. This is for Amy. So the first one is the Seeker's Return. So this is all about like kind of coming full circle or feeling like you're coming back to the beginning again. And it says, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged if you find yourself back at start, because the seeds you've sown now bear fruit, and you're entering a paradise of self-discovery. See how that, what? Oh man, and I hit a button or something when I did that. Hold on a second. Okay, so I wanted to point out just like how the seeds here are dropping behind the figure and coming up as little plants that are kind of like love. You've planted all these seeds as you've gone through your journey, and if you feel yourself coming back to the starting point, it's okay, because you're coming to it at a different place. It's a spiral, not a circle. And then this one, ethereal entanglements. Do not fear the fragile things or the ephemeral magic of life. Just relax your grip on rationale and see through wonder's eye. So call in that kind of imagination and wonder. What is loved is never lost, though evidence may fade from view. Once found, love stays for all your days, for love forever changes you. And it feels related to, I think that's why I wanted to point out these seeds that you've sown. It may feel like, you got to let go of some of those seeds for them to go into the ground and then come up as, as flowers or as fruit for you to enjoy later. All right, so that was for Amy. Hey, Teal. I'm glad you could join in. Let me know if you'd like a card. I can do a couple more. Hi, Amber. Okay. So this one is for Amber. Okay. And just so you know, if anybody wants, I've got a few think I have a couple. I have a couple of. I have one starter deck left of the Sacred Journey, and then I've got a few of the Series 2, which are 11 cards, and I've got, I think, 2 or 3 of the for the Love of Trees back there. So, and they're usually made to order, so you usually have to wait for like 3 to 5 weeks to get them. But I've got a few on hand if anybody wants them. You can find them on my site. Yeah, all right, so this one is for Amber. New beginnings. So after a long dormant season, it's time for renewal and growth. Branch out in new directions. New directions. And what I'm noticing too, Amber, with this little twig, it's like maybe something broke off the top of it. So it started to go in one direction, it kind of broke off, but new growth is coming out in a new direction. So I feel a little bit of resistance that you've received the message, but you're a little bit resistant to it. So kind of breathe through that, relax, and trust. I think too, so with the painting that came up too, this message is safe passage. So you're safe, your higher self will guide you through it. So yeah, take that new path and see where it leads you. Okay. So this one's for Teal. Oh, thank you. Woo, jumpy. Embody your awakening. So look at that phoenix rising up. So this is for Teal. Embody your awakening. Dance with the fire in your soul. Let yourself feel. Set yourself free. Just, I feel like this big opening, just, so it's really good time for that. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pull maybe one more card for anybody watching, tuning in, or didn't get a chance to ask, and then I gotta go. I'm practicing healthy boundaries. Okay, so this one's for anybody watching and for everybody watching. All right, and for me, rest and recuperation. Now is the time to, what does it say? Rest in your sacred, seek comfort. Now's the time to seek comfort and rest in your sacred space. And I have to say, like, that's what I've been doing lately. That's why I've been a little bit quiet here and there, but I've been honestly sleeping 10 hours at night, getting up and sleeping another 2 hours here, 2 other. I'm not viral or sick or anything like that. It's just my thyroid crashed out. My body has been saying you need to really rest through this process of upgrading or whatever the hell's going on, and I'm listening to it. I was resisting it for a while and feeling like I'm not productive enough, that whole thing. But this is a nice affirmation of that. And so if you're going through that too, and you just feel like you need rest, because it kind of reminds me of when I was pregnant in the last trimester, and I was so tired, and I was a waitress at the time, and I remember going like I couldn't do anything, and someone who had given birth before said that your body's supposed to do that. It's supposed to be tired and rest a lot before this big birth. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening for a lot of people, for myself, and is rest up, because your body's doing a lot of work. Like, you're kind of like that card I just pulled for Teal, that kind of it's just rising up. This energy is like active. It's happening inside. It's happening in our spirit. It's happening cosmically. And so our physical body's going, what the fuck? And so it just needs to chill a little bit and relax and let it, yeah. And Teal says it's the waning dark, okay, dark of the moon, time to rest and reflect. That's, yeah, absolutely. So Patricia says, I have not been getting sleep lately. What's going on? And you know, maybe it's that mental. I just opened the deck up, and so I'm wondering if connecting to nature a little bit, because I've been feeling that call too. I am such a homebody, like in normal times, and I've had to really force myself to go outside, and like I burn in the sun within like 5 minutes. I was just out this morning. I'm already sunburned. So that partly it feels like connecting to the earth. Um, I don't know, take it or you know for whatever that is, but um, and everybody's different too. So I've been sleeping like 15 hours a day. I don't know what's going on. And then I'm hearing people that are absolutely uh, insomniac. Insomniatic. Yeah, that sounds right. All right. So I see Sarah. Um, Hi Sarah, welcome. I can pull a card for you. One more, and then I'm gonna go rest and recuperate. All right, so this is for Sarah. This one's from the Sacred Journey. It's called Smoke Signals. It's about communication. And so with these cards too, I want to mention really quick, if anybody wants more information about these cards, on my YouTube channel, a lot of these cards, so like if I pull a card for you and you want to hear the deeper interpretation, there's usually like a 10-15 minute you know, interpretation of the artwork so that you can get a little, it's kind of, that's my, like my guidebook, right? So smoke signals. Clear communication with others begins with clarity and acceptance of self. Your words may not translate exactly, but the message of love always comes through. So it's focusing on when you're trying to communicate with others. So if that's something that's going on for you, focusing on your vibration, because that'll speak for you. And it also helps too when you kind of tune into your own yourself. Sometimes I'll say like, give me the words to speak, and I kind of just feel them coming through. So if you have, you know, someone or you need to communicate with, also in writing. See, that's the difference, Patricia, is if you're not sleeping but you still feel rested. See, I'm sleeping and I'm still like I could fall asleep right now. I could absolutely just which I think I'm gonna go take a nap and then I'll be back to share more art in a little bit. Thank you all so much for joining me, and again, go enter if you haven't yet, enter to win this one, and congratulations to Emma who won this one. But I'll be announcing the winner on August 1st for this painting, so you can win the original 8x10. The prints are available. You can go get, you can order a print. You can have it in any size you want, up to like 5 feet. You can have it framed, put on canvas, whatever. The Oracle card, this one will be in Series 3, which are not available yet, but you can get the starter deck and Series 2 right now. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.